Karibu sana to Githua's Coffee Farm, your number one destination for practical coffee farming knowledge and inspiration. Today, we are taking you on a special journey that many coffee farmers have heard about, but few have the opportunity to see it in detail. We shall walk together through the entire process of the coffee handling, from harvesting these ripe cherries in the farm all the way to the factory where processing begins. Before we continue, we would like to extend our sincere appreciation to our visitors from Nandi County, Kenya, and we appreciate your coming, and we are glad that you took your time to visit us. And here they are, Mr. Maritim and Linus. Thank you for visiting Githua's Coffee Farm and for taking your time to learn and share experiences with us. Your visits reminds us that coffee farming is a unifying venture that brings farmers together from all corners of Kenya. So stay with us until the end as we take you inside a coffee factory and reveal what happens after your coffee leaves the farm. Now, these ripe berries, you are supposed to be able to identify. That's the first step, identifying ripe cherries. So the journey of quality coffee begins in the farm. The first thing every farmer must understand is that only the ripe cherries should be harvested. And from the picture, you can see them. You can identify the ripe ones, and the ripe cherries are bright red in color. Green cherries are immature and should be left on the tree to continue developing. And overripe black cherries should also be avoided because they negatively affect the final cup quality. So here they are. We have the red cherries. So the other thing you are supposed to do in the farm is selective picking. Coffee should be picked selectively. What do we mean by this? This means only harvesting the ripe cherries while leaving the unripe ones behind. Selective picking ensures uniform processing and produces better coffee quality, which eventually attracts better prices. Yeah, from the video you can see the red berries, and the other thing you are supposed to do is proper handling during harvesting. Now, as you pick, while picking and while harvesting, avoid dropping cherries on the ground. Coffee that comes into contact with soil may become contaminated and reduce quality. It's good to use a clean harvesting container and avoid mixing coffee with leaves and twigs and other foreign materials. So in the farm, you do the sorting at the farm before transporting coffee to the factory. You as a farmer, you should be able, or also farmers also sort out the damaged, the deceased, and also the immature cherries. This simple exercise greatly improves the quality of coffee delivered to the factory. After that, after picking these cherries, you can see them, they look juicy. You transport, that is transportation to the factory. After harvesting, the coffee should be delivered to the factory as soon as possible. Delays can cause unwanted fermentation, which affects quality of the freshly harvested cherries. Always they produce better coffee. So after now arrival at the factory, as we shall be seeing, upon arrival at the factory, the coffee enters the next critical stage, where every kilogram is accounted for and quality checks begin. So the farm should always be clean so that you can be able to identify the cherries as fast as possible, so that you can avoid are wasting time in the farm. As you can see in this tree, some are green, but the mature ones down there are red, and you can be able to identify the red cherries. Now after picking, you are able now to sort all the immature ones, and also you can be able to remove the leaves and the sticks around and be able to transport it to the factory. The first stop inside the factory is the receiving area. Farmers queue, and also for that they do the weighing, and later the factory staff ensure that all deliveries are properly recorded. After that, we do the weighing, and every farmer coffee is weighed individually, and the weight is recorded against the farmer's account number. After that, there is the quality inspection. Coffee is inspected for quality. Later, it's taken to the floating process, whereby the cherries are then passed through water tanks. Heavy mature cherries sink, while lighter and defected cherries float. After that, we do feed in the pulper. We are inside the pulping area, whereby after sorting, the coffee proceeds to the pulping machine. And this is where the outer red skin is pulped and also removed. What do we mean by pulping? So the pulping machine separates the bean from the outer fruit. Proper machine adjustments are being made over here, and which is very important because excessive pressure can damage the beans, while insufficient pressure leaves cherries unpulped. As I am observing from this factory, is that some cherries have not been well pulped. Therefore, they are adjusting the machine so that they can be able to get the best from the pulper. Here are the beans, you can see them. Here they are, that have been pulped. They have been removed the outer skin. You can see they are clean, and this is the first process that happens in the factory, and it's very important because later it will now be taken to those tanks, fermentation tanks, and after that there will be the separation of grades. During pulping, some factories separate coffee according to the density and also according to the quality. So heavier beans are generally considered superior and may be processed separately. Now you can see the pulper, what is clearing, or maybe it's pulping the coffee berries, and now after pulping, the coffee is directed to the fermentation tanks. It's going straight to the fermentation tanks. This is where mucilage removal begins, and this stage prepares coffee for washing and also subsequent drying. Why proper factory processing matters? Why does it matter? Even when a farmer produces excellent coffee in the field, poor factory processing can lower the quality. Therefore, it's good for us to know how does the pulping machine work. As you can see it, the pulping machine contains a rotating drum fitted with the rough surfaces and a metal plate known as the breast plate. As cherries enter the machine, the rotating drum presses them against the breast plate. So the pressure causes the outer skin and pulp to break down open, while the coffee beans pass through without being damaged. As you can see from this tank, most of the beans or all of the beans are whole, and in case, because in this factory there were quite a number of red berries inside the tanks, there was need to adjust the machine, and proper adjustments of the machine is very important. If the machine is too tight, beans may be damaged. If it is loose, some cherries remain unpulped. But you can see here, these are the outer skins. You can see the machine now is working well, and these skins go straight to the another tank where I'll show you. And after pulping, the two products emerge. First, the coffee beans covered with a sticky substance, that is the mucilage, is inside here. Now the outer skin, you can see now the outer skin and fruit fresh, commonly known as coffee pulp. The beans proceed to fermentation tanks where the pulp is separated and collected. Here is where it is collected. You can see the outer skin. It's separately brought into this area, and many people assume coffee pulp is waste, but in reality it's very valuable. In most factories, the pulp is taken to the designated collection of pit, and the pulp is piled here, and it is allowed to decompose naturally over several months. What can you use for this pulp, coffee pulp? It's an organic manure. So the most common use of coffee pulp is the production of organic fertilizer. After decomposition, it becomes rich compost containing organic matter and nutrients that improve the soil fertility. So many farmers use this compost in coffee farms, in vegetable gardens, and also in the fruit orchards. And also it's used for mulching material, and whereby mulch helps conserve moisture and suppress the weeds and improve soil health. Also it's environmental conservation, whereby it is proper utilization of coffee pulp may reduce pollution and also support sustainable coffee production. Therefore, as we conclude today's tour inside the coffee factory, one thing becomes very clear. Producing quality coffee is a journey that involves many people and many careful managed steps. Every red cherry you see on a coffee tree carries the potential to become a premium cup enjoyed somewhere around the world. To conclude, if you have learned something new from today's video, kindly support this channel by giving this video a thumbs up, sharing it with the fellow coffee farmers, and leaving your question in the comment section below. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to Githua's Coffee Farm and turn on the notification bell so that you'll never miss our future videos on coffee farming. Coffee processing and agribusiness opportunities lies here. Remember, quality coffee starts with knowledge, and knowledge grows when we share it. Thank you for watching, and may God bless your coffee farming journey. See you in the next one.